Alright, so here we are in the Hissing Wastes, and Dragon Age Inquisition. This map has a few tombs that you've got to solve puzzles to actually access a loot chamber. And so here's where we are. I'll zoom out. That's where you start. We're at this middle one right here, the Sand Crags camp. And conveniently, there's a tomb right there next to us. So you literally just head kind of northwest-ish, and here it is. Now the way these are, this is one of, I think, 3 that you're supposed to do. Each one of them have got a plaque to read and a brazier to light, but you've got to do these in the right order. So the first thing you need to do is actually read these. This is the tale of, if you do it in the wrong order, you'll get to fight some fire demons. Tale of, honor a brother mourned. Alright, so what I'm going to do is see if I can remember this. So that's the entrance back there, so it's the back left one. I think it's this one. And then stupid tail. I think it's this one. Yep, got it right. And then back to the far right corner. Now, coincidentally, when I solved this puzzle the first time, and you see that door right there just opened, it was only afterwards that I came over here and had noticed this book, which said, if you light them in the wrong order, you're going to summon demons. And that was actually, and getting a new map. I'll show you this one in a minute. But that's how you solve the first one. Go back here. Boom. There's your loot and a mosaic piece. So it's that simple. The other ones work the same way. I'll show you their order in just a minute. Alright, so here we are. We're going to tomb number 2 now. So this is Cove Camp where you start. This is tomb 1 up here. What I've done is I've actually found this logging camp over here, which lets me run down here, more walking across the desert. So this is pretty easy to find because you look for these 2 big huge statues up here. And it's solved just like the first one. You got to wait for me to walk over there. I've already been up here, so let me show you this first. There is a, you can claim this spot right here, but these sections of pillars, each one of them has a plaque. You can read on it, and these will give you clues into what order you're supposed to do these in, and they've got a brazier just like before. And if you unlock them in the wrong order, then you're going to summon up some fire demons and some ancient tomb guardian. So the first one, that's where you come in. The first one is this one in the middle on the left here. There's 4 of these things you've got to light. It's pretty easy, actually, once you figure it out and make a couple of mistakes. Then you do the one closest to the entrance. Then you walk to this one over here, middle on the right, like this one. And honestly, it's a pretty interesting story of what's going on here. It appears that there was a leader who brought his dwarves out of Ozamar and built an entire city up here on the surface, and he's been lost to history. And these monuments and these tombs that we're finding are actually telling the story of he came up here, did wondrous works, and his kids fought amongst themselves out of jealousy. There you go. So you watch the doors now open down here.
And I don't mean just local ages old. We're talking old. How can you tell? You think we don't have dwarven ruins up in Parvana?
And where one brother fell, the other raised bloody axe in hand, alone. So one of the brothers ended up killing the other one. And boom! Loot chamber, mosaic piece. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And that's all there is to it. Alright, so on to the next tomb. What I've done is, there's the logging camp we were talking about where you start. You're going into the northeast. You clear out a rift in this area. I started at actually the Sand Crags camp. And you're going to come up here and you find the Mountain Fortress camp. And there's a landmark. Actually, I'm standing beside that you can claim, and there's another one over here. But what I've done is I've backed up from the camp a little bit because I want to show you this. There's those 3 distinctive rocks. And there's where we're going to be heading, kind of. If you select this quest, the Tomb of Fariel, click on Related Codex, this is the first one, the 4 Pillars Tomb we looked at. There's the 3 distinctive rocks, there's an ocularium, and then back up here, that's where we went to in the first video. This is where we are, the Sunstop Mountain Tomb. There's the 3, and there's the 2 pillars into the mountain right there. And there's the Canyon Tomb I still need to get to. So what you're going to do is head this way. Pretty straightforward, right? But what you're going to find is this entrance is actually blocked off. You can't get in. Now there's the landmark you can claim. A blocked doorway, very, very informative. But there's a little something for you to read back here, which says, I propose we dig down from the top. Okie dokie. So what you're going to find is, off to the left, over here, so there's the tomb, distinctive rocks, off to the left, you're going to go up this path. So, back to what we do in this game, which is walkie, walkie, walkie. Walkie, walkie, walkie. More walkie. Up the path we go. So if you haven't discovered it already, you will find the Sunstop Mountains. Oh look, banners. It must be this way. Just because. Alright, so this is where we're heading for. But you can see there's, looks like 4 Venatori. Bad. Oh look, there's another guy. Bye-bye. Oh, and hey, there's one over here too. Bye-bye. Blasted. There's another one? No, that's my friend. That's Sarah. Okay, so there's actually an ocularium right there. There are camps over there. A couple of things you can check out up here. But the purpose of this is we're going to head down into the tomb. Lots and lots of ladders, guys. And over here, trying not to fall off the edge like I always do, down we go. So, just like before, you're going to have some braziers to work on, so be sure to grab some Velfire. And just because I like a light, I'm going to light these. I don't think it's necessary. What you're going to do is head down these steps. Hey, Mr. Brazier, just like the word Brazier, head down some steps. Down, down, down we go. Through another doorway. And you'll find yourself in this room. Now, what's interesting here, it's not related to moving the quest forward. There's of course another brazier, but because you've got Velfire in your hands, you do discover a rune that won't give you a quest, but it will give you Master Fire Rune Schematic. So be sure to search around a little bit. Oh, heck with it. Alright, so you end up down here. Now, there's a Mosaic Piece. Pick up. I was thinking there was something else. It wasn't a resource. There it is, some loot. Ooh, a statuette. But there is another doorway right here. Okay, so right when you come down the stairs, it's... Oh, that's what it was. Excuse me. It's one or two of these you can activate down here. For some reason I was thinking there was a second one, but maybe I'm just smoking crack. So anyway, there's another doorway you walk in, and sure enough, there's 4 pillars. Now again, you need to read these and make sure you try to get them in order. The sand was... Under the sand was stone. Come on. Sun's help. Alright, so again, it's all part of telling this story of, I guess it's King Farfel who left Orzammar, so you like that one. So the sand was burning hot. I believe we like this one next. But under the sand was stone. Don't remember the order here. You hewed the stone and built Theg. And with his son's help, it prospered and grew. So he built a Theg. And it's good for nothing. Kids helped.
Griffiths must have put them on the scent.
No, I mean, why isn't Orlais or Ferelden sending scholars to learn how to make a building that lasts 1,000 years?
A plate. Very exciting. But here's one of the things. I'm not stopping this video to say, oh look, there's another loot chamber, there's another Mosaic Piece. It's because I forgot to mention earlier, be sure to loot these because you're getting key fragments. And I believe that's going to play in at the final tomb where you're going to have a door and you have to have all the fragments to get through it. Alright, so on to the next one. What I've done is I fast traveled back over here, Sand Crags, and we're trying to get to this tomb down here in the canyon. Now you can do this one of two ways. Either go around it, and I believe you can walk in on one end, but what I'm going to do, take my horsey, and the horse takes all the damage. Now, you'll have to fight some spiders down here. In fact, an annoying number. And then just walk back north, up towards where the tomb entrance is going to be. Yay, another spider. Boom. Let the big hog mollies go up there and take care of it. So you could alternately just jump right off right where the entrance is. But for illustration purposes, I started a little bit to the south. There's a dog standing there for no reason. Anyway, there's also a merchant up there somewhere. But this is the entrance. I really didn't want to do that because there's a spider I got to get past. There, let the hog molly take care of it. I'll pick up my, any minute now, pick up my Velfire. There's really nothing in here. It's really, really short. You can walk around and look if you want, light some more braziers. But there's the entrance. You just walk in and boom, here you are at the pillars. So just like before, you need to read the story and figure out the order. I read them before. And I know this one's really simple because it works in a square. And this story is about the death of Fariel. It finally realized it's time, and he told his sons to play nicely together. But you open up the door.
Know why it lasted so long? Siege mentality.
There's the
It may be
obligatory
above ground, but the old
piece.
dwarves built this city
There's
like
your
a mountain
loot.
might fall on it.
There's your key fragment. Take all.
You learn a few things about walls after knocking.
And that's all there is to this one. Alright, for this one, it's a little bit of a haul. I started at Sand Craig's. You could start over here, even up here, but ride way up here to the north, almost directly north, and you're going to start what's called the statue camp. And the area you're going to look at is just to the north by northeast of this. It's right down there, as a matter of fact. There's a little camp over there, people fighting. There's another one down here. And, whoops, we're walking. Too far. Dismount. Now there's a landmark you can claim right there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to head down these stairs. Now there's always a couple of spiders waiting for me. There was another one. I swore there was another one right there. There he is. Alright, so let's grab some Balefire. Head in. And of course, alright. So you can look around, another brazier light, excuse me, but here you go. So another 4 pillars. Gotta read these, and there's the door we're going to be unlocking. So the first one, Fariel fled from the strife. The strife that destroyed. Yeah, followed him to the surface. And the pitiless, pitiless surface.
We're going to waltz inside and pick
So
up
that
what's
unlocks
there.
this
Are
one.
you objecting?
Walk in.
Ah, better us
Here's
than
your
the
mosaic
Venatori.
piece.
Think about what's missing in these tombs, though.
What?
I've got a theory. Let's find the last one.
Boom. And there's that. Alright, so after you've gone through all of those tombs and you've collected all 5, there's 5 of them, remember, pieces of the key, some of your companions will start talking about, hey, these different pieces of metal we picked up all form a key. And that's the clue to jump in and do the last part of the Tomb of Fariel here. Now there's one tricky thing that I think people miss, and that is that there's another, another quest you have to finish, which is Sand and Ruin. This is where you're going through and cleaning out the Venatori camps, and each one of them, I think each one of them has a book or something you've got to read. These 2 quests run side by side, Sand and Ruin and the Tomb of Fariel. You have to complete Sand and Ruin to finish the Tomb of Fariel. So if you're trying to finish the tomb quest and you're running into some kind of roadblock and you can't figure it out, check and make sure you finished Sand and Ruin. Now here's number 2, is you're going to wander out in the middle of nowhere. And so if you're looking at the map here, obviously I've not gone through and cleaned up everything. You want to go to the Sand Crags camp. I guess you can go up here if you want, but this is the easiest because you can start here and basically walk due west. And you're going to go over a big dune, and it's going to look like you walk right off there. You're about to reach the edge of the map, but you're going to come to a point where you see these 2 big guys off in the distance, and what you're going to do is just simply walk right between them. You will, once in a while, hit a few bad guys in the process. Now that didn't go very well for me. Took a little more damage than I expected there, but I've run into this twice. Once I walked through, never hit a bad guy. Another time I came in and hit him. So I don't really know, my bad, what triggers whether they're going to be there or not. But you follow that path through the mountain and you're going to come out here. You're going to keep following this path. It goes over here. There's a carcass. Looks like dragon territory. And looks like a couple of dragon bodies down here, but what you need to notice is somewhere right here in the middle of the map. There it is. There's a sleeping dragon.
Oh, would you look at that? That is magnificent.
Now, if you are careful, as long as you don't attack her, she will stay asleep. And so what you're going to do is, you can see we're just walking basically due west, directly across this area. And we're heading for this right here. Up the stairs, up the sand. And theoretically, boom, the door opens because we have the key. Alright, nothing, nothing, nothing. So you find a mosaic piece. And congratulations, you are now done with the Tomb of Fariel, and that's all there is to it. It's a really long quest, partially because you have to be doing Sand and Ruin at the same time, and when you go into these individual tombs, you've got to read each one of those tablets and then light the braziers in the correct order, and when you screw it up, you've got to fight through 3, typically, or so, 3 or 4 bad guys, and then try again before you unlock a clay pot. But once you get all 5 of them, then you get to ride all the way across the desert again to be able to come in here for, boom, it's over. But congratulations, you've completed